Mr. Charles. What's up, Charles?
I'm glad to be here. I'm always here. And yeah, I'm so glad to be able to share my experiences with the platform and also to, I mean, if that can help someone I mean, if I can help in any way in making these things happen, we are always together. I'm part of this team and it's a long journey. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And just to give context for everybody here, Charles, the reason why I want to ask you is because you've exemplified everything we've done, everything we told you to do, you've done, and you've seen success. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes,
Okay.
that's
So
correct.
just so everybody can kind of start feeling the weight of what you say for the next couple of minutes, what kind of success have you experienced since working with us?
I mean, I'll say this. I think um, this platform, I've been here for almost a year now. And the reality is I have been able to, when I came here, I just abandoned everything I was doing and I wanted to take a new course. And so this was where I charted my new course. And I said, okay, I'm going to forget about everything and I'm going to focus on strategy now. And the reality is that it's worked. It's worked because today, as of today, I can say we are close to making some good money out of this program. So far, just based on this program, I mean, I am not going to count the bookkeeping clients who are coming from somewhere else, who are being built extra, but on this program, on the platform, we've already built clients for over 800,000, about $800,000. So that means that it's working. And then the same clients we're also doing bookkeeping for them, and bookkeeping and other services we're providing for them. We have been able to hit, I mean, over $1 million from them. Yeah, that's right.
Really
Mm.
cool, but it didn't always start like that, right, Charles?
Sorry?
It didn't start. You weren't doing that when you came to us.
No, I wasn't. That's why I say that this is the basis. It was based on this, and I followed the system. I invested in the system, and it's been working. And I think for a first year, it's clearly a win. And then we need to I mean, I keep talking to Dan every day that this is the time to multiply the system, put in more in the system, make things happen. At times we get some challenges, but the reality is that it's working. And we want to make sure that, I mean, if anybody is here who is thinking, am I on the fence? I'm still on the fence with this. I mean, you just need to jump in. Jumping is going to work. And yeah, if it works for me, then it can work for anybody, because I don't think I'm anything close to any of you guys here. So if it works for me, I'm sure it's going to work 3 times for you guys.
So Charles, take us back real quick. Where were you at when you first started with us? Like, what was the revenue? What were you guys doing kind of monthly? And then what was your
Yeah,
team structure look like?
I was doing every other thing. I was doing quite a few things. I was doing a lot of audits because I come up with an audit background. I was doing quite a lot of different things, but nothing close. I mean, I wasn't really doing what I wanted to do. I wasn't really doing what I wanted to do. And if you think about it now, I mean, when I say we've made even over $1 million, I think we've done quite more than that. Because there are other different things that are not going through here, which we are also doing. But the reality is, when I came here, I think I was on less than half a million that we're making from whatever activity we're doing. So if you can, I think I've doubled that right now. I've doubled, and I have a strong team now that we're working. Our objective is very clear. By the end of the year, we have a clear objective. We make about $200,000 a month. And the objective is even to make more. I think there is a platform to do more, and I have a good team that is accompanying me. So with the support of this platform, we can do a lot more. And like I say, I stand here as the underdog. Most of you would do a lot more than I do. So I'm really the underdog in this game, and that's why when Daniel was saying all his stories about me at the beginning, I thought he was talking about one of you guys. So you guys, you rock. You can do a lot more than what I'm doing in this program right now.
I
Yes.
love it. Love it. So before, when you first came, how many team members did you have before you started working with us?
So when I came here,
Yeah.
I had just stopped everything I was doing before. I came here and I started a new team. The team I used to work with, I started a new team here. There's nobody in my team who was working with me before. No.
What?
There's nobody. Yes, there's nobody in my team who was working
So you
with me on the
fired them all, or
franchise.
they left, or how did that happen? Like, what happened?
So basically, what I was working on another platform, and I just left the franchise. I completely quit the franchise because I wanted to build my own. It wasn't giving me what I really where I wanted to go was not what I was seeing from that franchise,
Mm.
and I had a clear vision of where I wanted to go. And today, I think I'm clearly moving to where I want to go. And the people I have on my team today, they can see the vision. They understand the vision. They understand where we are going. It's very clear. We work like an open book. We talk, I mean, every week, every day, we have meetings on a daily basis at 9 a.m. All my team members, we are 15 now in the team, 15 people working in my
From
team.
0 to
Yes,
15 in
yes, we
in
have
less than a
15
year?
people. Yes, we have
Wow.
15 people in my team now. And then I have collaborations as well with some different, because the game is about having the right teams to work with. It is about getting the right people to work with. If you go out there and you are, I mean, you can't be saying that you are a strategist and then you stand as a single person going in the game. It just doesn't work. Strategy is about having a team. And if you don't focus on building a team, you cannot do, I mean, we are CPAs, we are EAs, we are this, we are only limited to how much we can do.
Mhm.
If you want to go beyond that and give real value to clients, because the game, the aim of this game is not about making the money now.
Mhm.
It's not about making the money now. It's about exactly understanding where you want to go and then making sure that you are building the platform on which to get to where you want to go. My clients come to me, and these clients are people that they are going to be here for a long time. There has to be trust. You have to create that trust. You want to make them see extra value. And when these people trust you, you can take them to a journey. And you can only take them through that journey if you're giving them real value. And I think we are focusing on giving value to these people. And that's why my team, I needed a solid team for that. I know exactly where we're going. And I think just by making each person, if I wanted to make this thing just to make money now, I will be struggling and doing all these things by myself. I'm struggling to do A, B, C, but that's not the game. The game is to leave a legacy. You want to leave a legacy. And if you want to leave a legacy and you want to build something consistent, you want to have a team. Because I know that the only time we're going to crazily go in this game is when I become free. I want to relieve myself completely from the game. Then I become the guy who is just the face of the business. And then there's work behind. So you have to train people. You have to have the right people, train them, make sure they understand the game to their tips. And then you have a platform as well. You have to have a platform that allows you to be able to understand every step that is for any strategy. If you have a platform that has every step for each strategy, it means that when you bring somebody in the game, he can go in there and clearly see what needs to be done. And then you can create a platform that allows them to work like a project. This is a project. If you have a project, then you know that by the end of the year, everybody has met all the different strategies that you allocated for them. It's been done because the people who are responsible for the strategies, you have seen it go. You are meeting with this client maybe monthly or quarterly. You know exactly where you're going. The clients are happy. My role is to make my clients happy. My role is to make sure that at the end of the year, they can see value. When those things happen, then these clients become your clients. They become you. You can take them to where you want to go. You can take them on a journey. That journey only comes if they can trust you. They trust you. If a guy comes to you was paying $500,000 in taxes previous years for many years, and then you take him on, on making him get to that place where he's paying almost zero in taxes every year, and he's investing, he's building wealth for himself. There's no reason this guy would be with you. You are the savior. You've just taken him on the real American dream. This is the real American dream. The American dream is not in going 8 to 5 or 9 to whatsoever working hours. It's about taking what you have and optimizing it, as taking whatever you're making now, and then just based on that, changing the game. We get them out of that rat race and we get them on a world building race. And once a guy sees that he's consistent, because this is about what? You don't do this has to be an intentional game. They have to understand that this doesn't just happen overnight. It has to be an intentional game. And when they trust you and you're taking them through that through that path, there's nothing that you will tell them and they will not go along with you. That is the game. And it also takes building the right team. Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Edson asked the question. He said, what I guess I asked, I'm also curious about that question. So you have 15 people now, but what was your first
Yes.
hire? Who was your first hire?
My,
And why
my
did you hire
first
that
hire,
hire
my
person?
first hire, my first hire in this game was I needed somebody who was going to be When I started building, I think my first hire, I had my assistant, that's for
Mhm.
sure. Somebody was going to be assisting me. But the key person I had when I started making money from here was the person who is going to be like that success manager who's making sure that the clients are looking at things are happening. Success manager. I had my success manager, and that same person was the person who was reaching out to clients, reaching out to clients. So now I don't only have her, but I also have another person who is booking appointments. So
Yeah.
it's, I don't want to stand here and say I already have it figured out. I'm still learning from these guys. I'm still taking everything from these guys and trying to implement it. I think there were times that Dan used to tell me that, oh, it seems as if you have far more people than you need, because if you have this number of people doing these things, you have to be getting this amount. I was like, okay, we're going to do that. That's the problem. As we go through the learning process, we're going to make we're going to make some mistakes. But I know, and I still know right now, that this game will be won when I'm relieved, when I'm completely relieved, and I'm the guy who is using this thing all the time, talking to people, going to conferences, speaking to people, and I know the job is being done. The only power that these people have is because David is a free man. He goes out there on a daily basis. He's the face of the business. He's building things. If you don't understand that you have to have a team and empower them, make them see a vision that is bigger than theirs. If they see a vision that is bigger than theirs, they will follow you. They will follow you. And some of the people I hired was through them. They helped me get some of the people. And these people are working today. We are making mistakes, but we are moving one step at a time. We are 2 times what we were last year. We are almost 2.5 times what we were last year. Maybe I'm not yet at the place where I'm making some credit, but I know that within 2 years, I'm going to be making a lot of money. That's for sure. I know that. I know that. This game, the people out there, it is not, it doesn't have a limit. The guys out there, they need our help. They just don't know how the system works. This system, America is not America is not Africa. America is not Europe. America is not Canada. America is America. It's a capitalist system. And people have to understand that capitalism is completely different from every other system anywhere. And the wealth that you're looking for is in the tax code. So if you can make them understand that you are missing the rail, you could come here and be making $10 million a year. It doesn't mean a thing because the IRS will take half of it and then you will still be struggling with half of it. You are still caught up in that rat race. We want to get them out of that rat race, and that money, you leverage other people's money to build that crazy wealth that you're looking for. And that is the game. You see people who come to our program, they are in their 60s. They're like, Charles, had I known this 20 years ago, you tell them it doesn't matter. You know it now. So let's go ahead. Let's make it happen now. Yes. And then also they want to, when you help people, if you have 20 clients that are on this program and you give them value, the next year you will have 20 times 3, because each of them will bring 3 clients. Each of them will bring at least 3 clients. That's for sure. And that is the game. The focus for me, remember, last year, when we ended the year, because I just started, when we ended the year, many of my clients didn't get as much as we had to do for them. What did I do? I told Daniel, I told them that I'm bringing back all of these clients on my program and I'm giving them work for free. He was like, no, I said, we are going to give. And the reason we gave them work for free is because I wanted all of them to see the value, because 90%, when you meet people, many people they're not used to seeing somebody who looks like me talking to them about financial planning, taking them on a journey. But somebody somewhere has to refer somebody somewhere. When you say, okay, who are you? What are you done? What have you done? You can now click on the guy who you did work for them, who looks like them, who does things like them, to tell them that that guy is a crazy guy. He's going to take you on a journey. So you want to make sure that you build that foundation where someone is going to tell you a story on your behalf. When someone tells you a story, you are on a ride. Many of my clients came here and they told me that I need 3 referrals. Some people came 4 referrals. I said, okay, I'm going to give you references. I need 4 references because I don't know you. I'm sitting there in New York. I don't even know this guy. And this guy, he's just here. He speaks like that guy who is from somewhere. I don't know this guy. The reality is, I'm not saying that's something. I'm just saying that you have to build a strong reputation and try to make sure, even if you have just 5 people on your platform, if you give them value, they are going to bring you 15 more people. That is so important. So the first 2 years for me, it's not about making money. It's not about crazily making money. It's about making these people be my story, tell my story, go out there. When somebody asks me now that I need a referral, I need someone, a reference, my clients, I don't need to even ask them. Some of them, I just tell you, call this guy, because they are already bought in with the things that we're doing for them. Yes.
That's beautiful. That's wonderful.
Yes.
So, Charles, just to clarify, You hired success manager first, then appointment setter. Is that right?
Yes,
Well,
appointment
plus
setter.
plus plus you had your assistant.
Then I had my assistant as
Okay,
well.
so those were the
Yes.
three core, and then you started building upon that.
I started building, I started bringing people in. Today, I have people who are, I mean, I have a system that it's like a project management system. And everybody you see, if there's a step that you have to do, you see that step, it comes on your table. It's like a project management system. It tells you, oh, so a job has been allocated to you. You've not done this. You've not done that. And that is gradually becoming the firm. That way, there is somebody who is seated on managing that whole process,
Mm.
making sure, and that person attends all my meetings. That's
Mm.
how important it is. That person, at least when I go on a meeting with a client, I have at least 2 or 3 people standing on that meeting
Mm.
because I want them to know everything. When I come out of those meetings, I jump into another meeting. I don't have time to go back, but they already know what we did. They are able to take that thing and then go on the plat on our system and then look at, okay, this person has done this has done this needs to do this. And then we have meetings every day in the morning for 1 hour, every day. No day that passes without us having meetings.
Question on that. Did you
Yes.
always have that 9 a.m. meeting, or was that new?
That was new. I started that maybe 5 months ago, 4 or
Why,
5
why
months
did you
ago.
do that? Why did you go from like not having meetings to like having meetings every morning at 9 a.m.?
You know, when we spoke and then when we talked about something, I came to you guys and I saw when I came to you guys in down south in Texas, I saw that you guys were having all these consistent. I attended some of your meetings and I saw the power of media. I also come from a background where I've been through large firms as well. And to build a system, you have to make people buy you. You have to make, especially when we're working virtually, you want to make sure that people are engaged, that people don't lose focus. How do you make them don't lose focus? Is by making sure that everybody's monitoring everybody. We are a system where everybody's monitoring. We know exactly what everybody is doing at every point in time. Today morning, I asked them, okay, who is doing what? What did we do? Yesterday, what did we do? This is this. Bring us our numbers. Let's look at our numbers. Our numbers, we had to make 200K this month. Where are we? How have we done this? We are, that's why at times there are times that I get really excited. There are times that I get really crazy. But you have to make them see where we are going. Because when you make money, when you create money, you're going to make money. We are a system where you make and we take. We make the money. All of us are going to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
Yeah.
they'd have to see the numbers. They have to see how we are growing from nothing to something. And
Right.
they want to see exactly, understand where we are going. What is the plan within the next 4, 3, 4, 5 years? They already know it.
Mm-hmm.
And not only do I do that every day, I have those meetings on Saturdays as well. On Saturdays, I have an hour and a half meeting with my team. And what do? We go through clients. We're looking at every strategy that we did for clients. And then we're talking about where are we with this? Why did you not complete this step? Why have we not done this? Why? Because the worst thing is to get into December and then the client you have not made them even contribute to that retirement, do the type of things they were supposed to do. Maybe there was an equipment leasing strategy that was started, and then it's 3 months down the line, the guy has not started even making his application. All those things have to be done. And that's the way we're trying to move. So gradually, the reason, like to answer your question, why did we start that? We started that because we saw that from young. We saw that, we saw that it's something that works. And that, what are you trying to do? You're trying to make everybody be on the same page and learn and know the strategies. The more people in your group know how to do this, the easier it is for you to get off doing the work. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Now, Charles, is it cool if for the next couple minutes or so, that I just ask you like specific numbers and then we'll just dial in as many numbers as you can?
Yeah, let's talk.
Okay. So when you first started, how long did it take you to get your first 5 clients? Do you remember that? Like a date or a
Oh,
time frame?
remember when we started, it
It
didn't
was
take
back
me
in May.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take me long to have my first clients.
What
It
did you
didn't
do?
take.
Like, what was your strategy? Like, what exactly did you do to get the clients? Did
The
you
strategy was simple. I had to look into my existing clients, the clients that I'd worked with before. I had
Yep.
to look into my database. I had to send some emails to my team. And then we did we did a particular video where we talked about I've changed my activity and now doing this. So
on
if you are
Facebook, right? That
here,
was you did the Facebook launch?
yes, I did the Facebook launch and I told them something is coming, something is going to happen, watch out for it. And people were like waiting to see what's going to happen. Again, people already knew I've been in this profession for 25 years. So 25 years gives me some credibility as well, because I don't only leverage my last year, I leverage that as well. So I tell these people that, look, there's something coming on. And then people are looking up, they're waiting to see what's going to happen. I like to be on I know there are so many people here who are very who are kind of, they are not social media people. I wasn't either, but I realized that if I don't go social media, if I don't talk about these things, I'm not going to get the market. So it was all about, I reached out to clients, sent this email, and then I had that initial ad, and that ad kind of brought me people. And at the beginning, when you talk to the first client, it was all about templates that I got from you guys. That's very important. There were templates that were very, very helpful to me. And up to today, my sales pitch is not, I've modified one or two things on there, but the pitch is the pitch is the same. I use the pitch over. I can sing it if I was sitting here. And I know one thing for sure. I tell people all the time that the only reason when I get somebody who is my qualified client,
Yeah.
the only reason he will not buy is because he doesn't have money. That's the only reason. Is if somebody is qualified, I do everything the guy is going to buy. At this point, if I tell you my closing rate is very, very high. So the most important thing for me is to get the person to book a call. Once that person books a call, I know I'm going to close the guy. That's for sure. I know that.
Wow.
And where do I take that from? It is based on the same template that I had. I didn't create anything. Remember the first time I told you, I told you when I read that thing,
You're like,
that
this is
document
great.
that you gave me, I just told you that with this, I can sell anything. And it works. It works. First of all, you have to be confident that you know what you're doing. The client can feel it if you're confident. If you know, if you are not confident enough, the guy is going to feel it. He's going to sense that this guy doesn't really, he's just trying to read something. Work on that template. Do it 10 times. Make sure you know it. Make it your own. Don't make it your the one for maybe DAP or whatever. Make it your own template. And I know many of us here, like I say, I am an underdog here. Many of you can do 10 times what I'm doing, for sure. I know that.
And
Yes.
okay, so you got your first clients. You used our warm outreach training that we told you to do. Then you did the Facebook launch. And the reason why I'm getting specific with this, Charles, is because I want to make sure everybody understands the journey to $1 million. Because you've done roughly $1 million within a year, and I want people to understand the process to get there. So you got clients initially from your warm outreach and your Facebook postings that you did that we gave you, and then you, in roughly about January, you started the advertising, the marketing, right? The
Yeah,
Facebook ads.
that's correct.
And at that time, just so everybody knows, I took 5 people with me. Charles was one of them, to do this with them. So what you guys see today is what we built together, and it was iteration after iteration after iteration. And today, right now, about how many clients have you gotten from your paid advertising efforts?
In terms of paid advertising, I think my client list today is about, I think I need to look at that. I have, but I mean, the client list that are gotten from this advertising is about maybe 30 more than 35, somewhere around there. That 30, something like that. I don't know. I need to go back to those numbers and be able to give you, but those numbers are available. I have the numbers. They're all available. We've done quite I mean, I have just from that. And then also, I want to tell you one thing, that I'm beginning to get a lot of referrals, referrals from clients. Why? Because they see the heart. You have to work with your heart. The clients can see that you're there to help them, or you're there to make money. They see that you're passionate about what you're doing. They see that and then even from year one, the clients can already see that, and they start referring their brothers, their sisters to you, for sure.
Love it. Love it. So how much do you think you've made? And the reason why I'm asking about the paid advertising, because this session is more about the paid advertising, and you've been a steward of it. You spent quite a bit of money on paid advertising this year. And this particular topic today, people are coming here to like listen to what the journey has been with you. I know you're spending roughly what, like $300 to $400 a day on advertising?
Somewhere around there. My goal was to be hitting about $500 right now. So there are times that I use about $500 a day when I use double, when I'm doing, because it's not only about paid advertising. I'm also doing ads for different events. I do events. I talk to people. And when my ads, my commercial ads, I spend about $300 a day on ads, but I also have events that are going on where I'm spending another $200-300 a day. So it's, like yesterday, I had an event that pulled some people. There are times I do those events and they do so well, and there are times they don't just do it as well as, but you just keep going. The focus is on your return on investment. That's just a key.
How much do you think you've return on investment from the amount of money you spent on advertising so far?
That's why I needed Rain to be here.
Because you don't see the numbers anymore, right? I knew this was going to get kind of.
I don't see the numbers. If my return on investment wasn't there that much, I won't have the number of people I have.
Yeah.
So my return on investment is basically on the assessment. I always want to make sure that the assessment is covering for my costs. And as long as the assessment is covering for the costs, then I know that the program itself is going to be what we're winning on. 100%. And most of the time we meet that threshold.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay, cool. So you guys, I think I looked at your numbers. You guys have spent like roughly like 50 so far, 50 this year.
Yeah, 50. We're trying to yes, and you know that, and I'm going to tell you this. Now we want to scale. The point is 50 is 50 is I mean, if we spend 50 to have what we're making, then there's a huge return on investment on there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because in the last so how many clients are you getting per month now versus, I guess, since, so the way that I would look at it is March per month, so March, April, May, June, and then before March, how many were you getting from then? So the first quarter to the second quarter, how many clients did you get first quarter, and then how many clients did you get second quarter? And that's a good indicator of like how the growth is going. Or do you not know?
I don't have that detail.
All right,
I really don't. But generally, just know that at this point, we operate on at least 3 discovery calls a day.
So you get 3 calls a day.
We want to, yes, I mean, this week has not been as great, but last week was great. We have been meeting our three consistently, but for the last week, I think there's something that we need to talk about and see how we go back there, because my game is to free myself, and then I start making four calls a day. I know that our objective, I told Dan just before we started this year, I told him that my objective is that by December, for the next month, I want to make $250,000. That's what we said. We agreed. I want to make $250,000 a month. That's where I want to be. And the game for me is that by next year, I should be making $500,000 a month. I know I can do it. I know it's easy. If I get out of sitting on this office, it's easy for me to do that. It's easy.
How many of you guys want to easily hit $250,000 a month or easily hit $500,000 a month? Right. Yes. And that's exactly, this is the reason why I wanted to interview Charles, is because some of you guys are starting from zero. Some of you guys are starting to see momentum. Some of you are taking that momentum and starting to scale momentum. And Charles has seen the path from zero. Like you guys heard him say at May of last year, he started at zero, had no team, had no new income. He made some money. And then now he's doing $1 million a year in less than 12 months. And he followed exactly how we showed him to do it. So warm outreach, then you use that to leverage paid advertising, use the paid advertising to go get more customers, use those customers to get referrals, and it becomes a flywheel that keeps spinning faster and faster and faster. And when you hear Charles talk about this, you can hear in his voice and his conviction that he sees it clearly. Is that right, Charles? You see that clearly now. Well, we had, go ahead.
I do, of course I do. And I have been in this business for years, and I know what I want to achieve. I can see exactly my team. If you ask any member of my team where we're going, they will tell you exactly where we're going, because it's very clear to them.
I love it. Does anybody have questions for Charles before we open it up? Does anybody have questions for Charles?
Hey, Dan, no question here. I just want to say, David, Charles, I love the passion, love the energy. You're inspiring me as I'm sitting here, because I want to be like you and do like you a year from now. And that's why I'm in this program. And Daniel, thank you for bringing Charles on today. Charles, much love to you, and much wins over the next year.
Thanks. I appreciate that, Ed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Great stuff, Edson. I'm glad that it brought you guys value today. And I know Charles is too. Every time he talks, you can hear in his voice, like everybody wants the dream blueprint. 0 to $1 million path. That's the path he laid out, is exactly what 0 to $1 million in less than a year. The path he laid out is exactly what he took. No questions?
I got a question. I'll ask a question. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, how many people have you hired, and in what positions have you hired since you started this?
Okay, great question. I have, like I said before, the key for me, I hired people. I needed an assistant in my office, because the assistant is just like my office administrator. What she does is the job of an office administrator. Yeah. She's the person who brings everything together. She makes everything together tick. And I have somebody who is, yes, she makes everything tick. Then the second person is going to be my appointment setter. Appointment setter is that person who is going to make sure that you are working. You're meeting people. Then appointment setter, you have a success manager. The success manager is that guy who makes sure that you are doing what you said you will do. You are providing the services you said you will do. And then now you start hiring people who are going to be doing the strategy. And for me, I know that DAP tells us to focus on one thing. I just saw value in some of these clients who came on. Every client who comes to me does bookkeeping. Every client. I tell them, if I'm going to give you audit representation, I need you to do bookkeeping. Why? Because I have a control over things. When I do Augusta rule, when I do accountable plans, I want to make sure that journal entries are posted every month. I want to see your numbers as they proceed so that I know where we are. I don't want that we get to December and I start asking you, say, no, you're working on, oh, somebody, your paper, you send me some 10 months or 12 months of bank statements. I don't want that. I want us to have an accounting system because that's what I'm going to work on that. So what does that tell you? That I have to have accountants. I have to have bookkeepers. So I have bookkeepers who are doing the bookkeeping. I have the person who is, I have a couple of people who are doing taxes, who are preparing the taxes, because we prepare their taxes. When a client comes to me, we're going to prepare their taxes. So after that, so we prepare. So there we have the people who are also doing the strategy. And everybody for me, and this might be everybody for me, I try to bring it, all of these people who are technical, they are all members of the strategy team. They are all members of the strategy team. And then now we have partners as well. We have partners who are helping, who are doing different things that we need to make happen. So we're giving the client, when a client comes to us, we basically operate as a one-stop shop. You come here, we're going to give you A, B, C, D. We make sure that we have the different partners to make all those things happen. And that's how our teams have been.
How many total employees do you have now?
So in total, in my team, we have 15 people. 15. Yes.
Cool. I think Edson, you had a question as well. Does that answer your question, Steve?
Yeah, thank you.
And that includes an attorney as well, who is helping us with everything that's legal. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to ask, it sounds like Charles is setting up himself for delayed gratification and he's plowing a lot of the money back into the business. And I just wanted to know, have you thought about, or what percentage are you plowing back into your personnel in terms of, how they're getting paid? Are these people contractors, temps? Just trying to get a feel for, are you trying to hire at the very middle of the market, at the high end of the market, so you can make sure that your people are vested and are going to be with you for a long period of time?
So the high end of the market is not really, where a high end is going to be very expensive for me right now. So I get people, the key people, the main people at every place, the person who is like the tax preparer, he has to be a high end of the market. Every other person is low end of the market. Every other person, we train them. And then the attorney is there, but he has people who are working under him, who are working under him and who are helping make things happen. And and then who else? And then we have contractors that we work with them. Those are people who, the team, we don't go high end. If I go high end, it's going to be crazy. I have high end for some particular roles because I want to have everything in. That's why we needed to have an attorney within our program. So that attorney is like working with me, and we have a particular, there are attorneys out there that you can have them, and then you have specific agreements on how you work together. Yes. But he's a member of our group. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
And then he trains the people under him. Because the key, I tell people that if you cannot train somebody, you are not in the right place. Because some people come here, and then some people come to your business and they feel like if they train somebody, they're going to lose their job. But I tell them that we are leaders. Those of us who are now, we are the leaders. And if you are not training anybody, then this is not the right place for you. You have to train. It is so important. I'm giving all the information I have downstairs, and I need everybody, because I need all of you to become me in the future. I need everybody who is already down there as a leader somewhere. Those are the people who are going to be doing what I'm doing. In the next few months, I will not be doing some of those discovery calls. I'll not be doing some of those, because the way where we want to go, if I do it, I'm already getting to the place where I'm going to plateau if I don't stop it. Dan, at times he wants to get me, he cannot get me because I'm too busy. But that busy is not good. It's not good. I need to be free to make money. Yes.
Thank you, Charles. Great answer.
Appreciate it. Yes.
All right. Well, Charles, thank you so much for coming on here and inspiring everybody. I hope you guys see now the path. Does anybody else have any other questions for Charles before I open it up? Oh, Lynette had a question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, I do. For the people that you're doing the bookkeeping for, are they W-2? Do you W-2, or do the people have businesses?
No, we do a bookkeeping just for business owners. Yes. Because when you have a high income earner who is on W-2, you have to look for strategies that will make them own a business. Because once they own a business, you just open the floodgate. So for one of the first strategies you're looking for is, what is that strategy that I'm going to use to convert this guy to make him own a business? And once you open that door, then you just meet him, then you can do the bookkeeping for him. But when somebody comes W-2, I mean, there's no bookkeeping for me to do. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Charles, again. Let's give it a round of applause for Charles. 0 to $1 million in less than 12 months and on path to do 2.5 and hopefully 6 in the next year. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you.